Hey everybody, welcome to the real United States. I'm shooting this with an open shotgun mic. Sorry about that, we're kind of running and gunning today. I am in Petosky, Michigan, a little tiny town of less than 1,000 souls in the upper northwest corner of the lower peninsula of Michigan. And not really a great deal here. A beautiful little waterfall, by the way, in this gorgeous park that they have. This park is on the banks of what I believe is Little Traverse Bay, but essentially it's the edge of Lake Michigan. But there is a bay here. Really pretty setting, nice park. Picnic tables, no grills, by the way, oddly enough. Usually here in Michigan they have grills. And I just wanted to take a moment to stop and talk to you about this because it's such a pretty setting. And Petosky, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure many of you don't, is the type of stone which is our state stone. Now, they've become rather hard to come by. I haven't managed to find one quite yet. But they are a fossilized coral. This completely fossilized in the stone. Very pretty. It's got that kind of neat honeycomb kind of pattern to it when it's polished. And so Petosky stone is the state stone of Michigan, and this city bears the same name. So I just thought I would take a moment to share with you this beautiful view from our state stone's namesake city here in Petosky, Michigan. So if you find yourself in this little northwestern corner of the state of Michigan in the lower peninsula, just next to the waterfall here is this observation tower. And if you are, well, perhaps a little more physically fit than me, you can climb up this. It's a couple of stories tall to get a beautiful view of the surrounding Little Traverse Bay, which is just across, well, the driveway of the park here. Now it's kind of a foggy gray day, so we don't have the most ideal picture for this. But that is, I say, Little Traverse Bay and out into Lake Michigan. There's an automated light beacon out there. Nothing really of any importance, but anyway, just a beautiful setting, very peaceful. So this is about it for Petosky. I'm sure there are other little interesting things. There's a historic museum here that's set in an old train depot. A lot of very cute things that you would find in these very small Midwestern towns from that era in the mid-19th, early 19th century. Okay, so we drove out of the park and we drove around the corner into another park. A lot of little parks here in Petosky. And I was relieved to find out that I wasn't out to lunch. This is, in fact, Little Traverse Bay. So we have a National Historic marker here. One of these big cast iron placards with the insignia of the historic site with the state animal on it, the wolverine, which is the state animal of Michigan, explaining about the region and it being originally the home of the Ottawa Indians. Ottawa and Ojibwe, I believe, both lived in this part of the country at the same time. This only makes reference to the Ottawa. But that this area wasn't settled until 1852, which, for those of you that are up on your American history, you know is just over a decade before the American Civil War. So, you know, not all that long ago. Not like we think of with the, you know, mid 1700s and the colonial period, the early 1700s, the colonial period in America that we are encountering in the East Coast, and you know, in Maryland and Virginia and the Carolinas and up through Boston, Massachusetts, and those areas. You know, a relatively more recently settled part of the country. We're going to swing around because we drove around the corner, we drove up onto the hill, and so we're now at about the elevation where I showed you that observation tower. And you can see there's a beautiful view out over Little Traverse Bay. And again, I'm sorry for the lighting today, but it's still a very, you know, it's a pretty view if you were here. Maybe we'll get back someday when there's a little better light. But anyway, Little Traverse Bay here in Petosky. Oh, and they do have this little gazebo you see here. There's a couple of binoculars, you know, something so you can look out and see, because there's, you know, there's some features like the little lighthouse, light beacon, and there's some buoys. And of course, if you want to see across to the north shore of the bay, you can see as well. So they've got some little telescope like things set up here that people can use. Anyway, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this short visit to Petosky, Michigan. You got questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below, and well, I'll do what I can to answer them. I love hearing from all of you. I really do. I try to get back to everybody I can. If you're new here, hey, subscribe. Come along for the adventure, because we got lots more to show you. As always, well, thank you for watching.